everyone, welcome back to Shonky Lab. Didn't think that new episode would come out this early, did you? Yeah, here we go. Anyway, so this is a topic-based program. Is it a program? Show? Let's go with show. Where we stick 45 minutes on the clock and me and a guest producer talk about the subject of the day. And today we're going to be talking about wounds and injuries, and joining me as a guest producer, I have Mr. Pete Hammond. How are you?
Hello.
You alright, mate? How you doing?
Uncharacteristically uninjured at the moment, so that's good.
Good, man. Yeah, I saw stuff on your Facebook, which I'll get into in a minute before I start the clock. But yeah, I just want to let people know how this works. I've changed the format a little bit. I'm still mucking around with it. It might go up to an hour, but at the moment, we're staying with 45 minutes because I believe 45 minutes is just short enough to keep you wanting a little bit more, but long enough to get enough out of a conversation, I feel. So we're going with 45 minutes at the moment. If we need an hour later on, we might increase it, but at the moment, you're stuck with 45 minutes. Them's the rules. That's how it works. So you can, if you wish, Skype in on us. We do have Skype. You can Skype in, and I'll try and add you to it. It'll be a bit of a kerfuddle, because normally it is. But once we get you on, then, yeah, you can put your opinions across and stuff like that. You're more than welcome to do that. That is Ultimate Manus, which is all one word, on Skype. So you can do that there. And I think that's it for the show, isn't it? I'm sure it is. I don't know why. I'm asking you, but yeah, that's the way things work at the moment, I suppose. Anyway, so shall I start the clock, and then we can have 45 minutes discussion on wounds and injuries. So I'm going to press the button now. All right, okay, there we go. Clock is ticking. So, wounds and injuries. I'm taking it that you've had a few wounds or injuries, or both.
Yeah, 45 minutes might not be long enough.
Well, that's what we got at the moment.
Yeah. No, was inspired by Barnard trying to take his eye out with an iron filing a little while back, and I thought, well, that could be quite a good one for Shonky. So I thought I'd pony it up. And yes, I thought, well, if people want to Skype in and all the rest of it, that'd be good. But yeah, I've had quite a few injuries.
Wow.
And wounds and breakages and what have you.
Are they all sports related, or is it drunk related? Or, have you ever headbutted a train or anything like that?
I've not headbutted a train. I put my head through a brick wall whilst drunk. That was catastrophic. That was.
Yeah.
That was an overnight stay in hospital. That one, but it was mainly because I was unresponsive because I'd drunk so bloody much.
Oh bloody hell, man!
Yeah, I fell down the stairs backwards and put my head through a wall.
And if anyone's interested on how much you drink, they can always go back to the alcohol episode.
That was the 7 bottles of red.
Ah, okay.
That one. that was the Christmas party where I hated where I was working. They hated me. I hated them. I got abandoned and was just left with a free bar.
We've all been there, man. We've all been there.
Yeah.
And no doubt I'll probably be there
where's
again.
Pete? Oh, God.
So, where do you want to start with this? Because people tend to record their injuries now on YouTube, don't they? And stick tons of stuff on there.
I've never recorded or videoed or been caught on video injuring myself.
Yeah.
Quite often I'll stick an aftermath photo up on Facebook. But some of the nasty ones were sort of is that really old? Pre-digital photographs, certainly pre-Facebook. So yeah, so some of the really nasty ones haven't sort of been sort of put out there, as it were. But yeah, majority of them are sports related. But that's my own bloody fault. 'Cause I've been playing rugby for 30 years now.
Oh, don't say it out loud. That means it actually happened.
Yeah, as I was saying, I started playing rugby when I was 11, and I'm fucking 41 now, so...
Yeah, I'm trying to not say that. I'm trying not to hark back to olden days. because it's just depressing now.
It's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, for instance, I went out for lunch with Amanda yesterday. It was yesterday. And I ordered a club sandwich from this place, and I went through the menu, and I thought I was ordering a chicken club sandwich. Now, I'm 39. I should know how a menu works. And yet, I went there, I looked at it, I went, oh, club sandwich. Well, that just means you get other little bits with it. Okay, that's fine. Can I have the chicken one of them? So I ordered it. And as I walked away from the bar, I turned around because I thought, I don't want mayonnaise with it. I don't want to be caught out with something because that would just ruin my experience. And so I turned back to them and said, does this come with anything at all? Meaning anything in the sandwich. And she went, oh, yeah, it comes with crisps and salad. And I went, okay, that's fine. I just went and sat back down. And they spent 15 minutes making this sandwich. And, when I make a sandwich, 30 seconds, a minute at the most.
15 minutes must better be some gourmet shit.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, it was a work of art. It really was. But it had precisely everything that I hate that goes into a sandwich. Honestly, man, there was a fucking boiled egg in there. There was a boiled egg. I detest eggs. And
whole or sliced?
It was kind of sliced. And like the yolk was kind of pushed into the chicken bit, and it's like, oh no.
Oh no.
So I sat there. There was a moment of horror with, oh right, okay. And then you check the menu and look at it and go, oh, there's a comma there, so that means it comes with egg and with mayonnaise. And I thought it was just optional extras, and no. But I'm 39. I should be able to work a menu by now. And yet, no.
If you really...
Go on, sorry, mate.
Sorry. I was going to say, if you really want to feel old ordering food, go to Burger King. Fucking hell.
Oh.
I've not had a Burger King for, a good few years now. And me and the good lady wife there indoors went to Nottingham to see Jimmy Carr the other weekend.
Mm.
And we rocked up and we thought, well, he's not on to, his doors don't open until 8 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock now. Let's go and get a bite to eat. And we could not find anywhere in Nottingham that was open or not full at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it was really bizarre. There was an hour's wait to get into Nando's, that sort of shit. And you thought, oh, I'm not doing that. So we ended up in Burger King, and trying to order something in Burger King now, I was completely flummoxed.
Mm.
Absolutely flummoxed by it. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know, but good Lord.
Yeah, I haven't been in there for a long time.
Yeah, it's really weird. Very strange.
Yeah. Anyway, wounds and injuries. We're wasting time on
yeah, we are.
Stuff.
We're wasting time.
So, okay, right. Injury. Do you want to start on your history of injuries? Might as well.
Yeah, I was going to sort of throw it out to the chat room, but I don't know if that would work or if anybody's asked. But if they wanted to suggest a body part, and I could sort of detail stuff I've done to it.
Oh yeah, okay, right, okay. Chat room, suggest stuff. I'll relay it over to you because you haven't got the Mixler open at the moment.
I've not got Mixler now because I'm a Luddite.
No, that's fine. Just for other people listening, first time round, we do have a Mixler chat room as well. But this is recorded live on the internet, as everything is nowadays, and you can join in on the chat room, and it's at mixler.com/Rogue2Media, and you can join in there. Jack Woodgate is oh bloody hell, there's a couple coming in already. Jack Woodgate is suggesting the bit at the back of the knee.
But the back of the knee, currently I've just come off of, I have this really weird condition. Nobody knows what it is, but I'm guessing it's, playing front row for 30 years. Basically, every so often my knees seize up and just don't bend. And it's like an excruciating pain, like somebody's trying to prise my kneecap off with a knife. Mm. And because, I don't know what it, as I say, it's probably just general wear and tear from playing rugby for so long. But at the moment, the muscles in the back of my knees are completely and utterly seized up. And I've only just been able to sort of free them up and start running again.
Right.
So there's one.
Yeah. My son had an injury like that where he came off football training and his knee totally locked out, so he couldn't bend his leg. It was totally straight.
It's weird, isn't it? It's really scary.
Yeah, he was scared. Amanda was worried about it, so we rushed him down to hospital. You know, it's like by the time you got into a warm car and warmed everything up, and it slowly bends back, doesn't it?
Gets all right, yeah.
Yeah, and then you feel like a dick because you got this nurse looking over you going, so what is
it bends
the matter?
now.
Yeah. Is everything all right now? And you're like, yes, I can see. I should have just walked out, but, you know, there we go. And then
That's the thing with it. Because that's the thing with this one. Because it goes like, my knee's fucked, I can't bend it. What shall I do? Oh, we'll send you for an MRI scan. Brilliant. 3 months later, you go for the appointment. It fucking works again, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Org, I don't know if that's Pete or Anne-Marie. It's probably an amalgamation of both. So hello there, guys. He says, the spleen.
I've only ever vented that. I've never actually wounded it or dislocated it or done anything.
So no internal injuries just yet?
Nothing too bad on the internal side, no.
Right. Okay. Pieman70 says, big toe, left foot.
Broken at least 6 times.
Really?
Yeah, I'm forever breaking my toes.
Oh, okay. Is this people stamping on it, or is it your high heels that you wear every now and again?
It's the high heels. It's the high heels. They're a bitch to get in my side.
So, okay, what was the first one that you can remember breaking then?
Well, the first time I broke my toe?
Yeah.
That would be at university playing American football.
Right.
That somebody stamped on it and it just broke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's just funny. Broken toes are not something I've ever gone to hospital with, because they always say, "Oh, rest." And certainly, you know, the line of work I'm in, you can't rest. So you're constantly walking on it. So you just sort of take a load of painkillers and get on with it.
Well, yeah, toes are
expendable.
Yeah. If they bend the wrong way, you just tape them to each other, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I'll forever break them with toes. It's ridiculous.
Really? Yeah.
And fingers.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm gone all funny now. I know I'm going to go all funny now. It's going to be constantly. I haven't broken many bones. I think I've only actually broken one, which was my little toe. I'm sure I've said this on Apotheosis of a Bombast years and years ago, but I'm going to do it again anyway. I got home once from school and my mum had a little present for me, which was nice because she just went out and said, "Oh, Elton needs a boot bag for his football boots." So she bought me a boot bag. And I walked in and she presented me this boot bag. I went, "There you go, I've got something for your boots." I went, okay. Took a look at it and noticed that it was Crystal Palace. And in the colours of Crystal Palace, had Crystal Palace written on the side. I was like, it's nice, but it's Crystal Palace. And I've never seen my mum get this angry about something so trivial in all her life. And she looked at me. And she went, "What?" It's nice, but it's Crystal Palace. They're rubbish. And she just went bonkers on me. If she could have torn my skin off my back, it would have happened, definitely, if she'd got hold of me. And so I legged it and I ran up the stairs. And I wasn't wearing shoes at the time. And as I turned right for some reason, I went into my brother's bedroom instead of my bedroom. And I turned right into my brother's bedroom at the top of the stairs. And I caught my left foot, little toe, on the skirting board.
Oh.
And that went yoink to a 90-degree angle opposite to everything else that was on my foot. And I felt it and I dived onto my brother's bed and my mum came in and it was almost, she was going to get me. And then it was freeze time. Hang on, no, he's hurt. And I slowly pull this sock off and my toe is 90 degrees perpendicular to all the other toes. And I just looked at it and went, "That's not right." And the only way that we could work out if it was right was by taking the sock off the other foot. And so, yeah, I was sat there on my brother's bed with one toe pointing left and all the other toes pointing forward. And all we did was strap it to each other. We strapped the little one to the next one up.
Yeah.
And that's all you can do, really. There was no crack or snap or anything like that. It was just in the totally wrong position. And
totally.
That is my only broken bone. Yeah. Yeah, it's my only broken bone I've ever done.
That's lucky.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised I haven't broken anything on a bike or skateboard or skates.
Yeah.
Or climbing up scaffolding or climbing trees or anything like that.
Falling out of trees, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I remember we had scaffolding at the back garden once in my mum and dad's house, and I climbed that and I fell off of that, and as I landed, my hands hit the deck and my elbow went the wrong way.
Ooh,
that hurt. I didn't break anything, but it swelled up. But
yeah,
that was didn't break anything. I could still use it.
Yeah,
still use it. Yeah. We have, what else do we have here? I'm going through the list. Wishbone. Have you broken a wishbone?
I always lose at those.
Yeah.
Yeah, always lose.
Hang on. Oh no, these are bits of an operation. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh dear. Pete Org says he's cracked his coccyx.
Ooh.
You ever done that?
I've not cracked the coccyx, but I did dislocate my sacroiliac joint.
Oh, where's that?
Which is where the base of your spine goes into pelvis.
Uh-huh.
And I dislocated that. That was fun. I was driving a forklift truck, and I was looking over my shoulder because I was reversing because I had a heavy load on the front, and it was sort of very potholey sort of road, and the one of the wheels went down a pothole, jarred it as I was looking over my shoulder, so I was twisted, and yet just dislocated that joint, and that was just lying down.
Yeah, because they don't have much suspension,
painful.
Do they?
Oh, fuck all. Really do. They're not even pneumatic tyres. So it just jarred and twisted, and that was it. It went.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was really uncomfortable.
The only springs you have on them forklifts are when the dead man's seat, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And unless it's brand new, then they're no good.
Mm. Okay. Well, okay. So tell me about what happened to your eye the other day then.
The other day with my eye. Yeah, that was, I was playing, funny enough, it was rugby, and we were absolutely annihilating their scrum. And front row, which is where I play, a loose head prop, it's a very confrontational one-on-one sort of situation in the scrum.
Mm-hmm.
So I was completely, it was, well, I wouldn't say it was a one-sided match. We won 72-5. But as far as the scrum was going, I was completely and utterly just owning their tight head prop, pushing him back, folding him up, and just really sort of doing a number on him. So he'd clearly said to the flanker bound on his side, "Look, I'm getting a lot of stick. Can you help and do something to sort of combat what he's doing?" Because I was playing completely legally, he's bound on properly, pushing straight. I was just getting the better of him.
Mm.
And the flanker at one point, they were going backwards at a rate of knots, and the flanker my side just flung his hand at my face and gouged my eye. So the bruising and all the rest of it, he actually almost fish hooked my eye out.
And was this a purposeful thing that he did then?
If it was an accident, it was an amazing accident. It was on purpose.
Yeah.
And that is if the ref had seen him, which of course the ref was standing the other side of the scrum and didn't see a single thing. If the ref had seen him, it was a red card and a very long ban.
Right.
but because the ref didn't see it, nothing got done. So I went off. I was probably off the pitch for about 10 minutes, just trying to stop the bleeding and sort of try and gain the proper sight back in that eye.
Yeah.
Which wasn't helped by the fact I put a bloody great glob of Vaseline in my eye, because obviously you put Vaseline on a cut to stop it bleeding. Of course, I missed and put it actually in my eye, so that was intelligent. Didn't really help, but so that's what happened to my eye that time.
Ow, man. That's grim.
Yeah, it's a fucking disgusting thing to do, quite frankly.
Yeah. Did you get him back then?
And yes. There's certain ways you can legally get people back without the ref seeing. Favourite is, and he only did 2 more scrums on my side. He then switched to number 8, which is at the back of the scrum, and as far away from me as he could possibly be, because the way I was then sort of binding round a bit sort of skew-if, and getting my elbow on the back of his neck and just sort of digging in ever so slightly and just pushing him down and pushing him down and pushing him down.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. And then just punching him in the face in a ruck. Just going old school. Fuck you. That's it. And just every single time I saw him, whether it was off the ball, in a ruck, in a maul, tackling him, being tackled by him, it was just like knee to the face, punch, kick.
Yeah.
Fuck him, you know.
So, okay,
yes.
What happens after that? After you've finished the match, is it just shake hands, well played, good battle, that's it, never see him again?
Generally speaking, yes, but for something like that, no. That you are, and I'm sorry to use the word, you're a cunt. And we get to play this team again later on in the year. So if he plays, he's fucked again. So.
Yeah. Fair play. I nearly did a similar thing to myself. No, it wasn't a gouge, but I went over my mother-in-law's to do a bit of work on a radiator, and I'm not a plumber, but I have a certain amount of equipment that can be used to do certain bits on radiator taps and what have you. And something was sticking. I think it was a nut on one of the valves. And I had mole grips on it. And do you know what mole grips are? They're like a clamping type of...
Yeah, I use them quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah, they're clamping vice for anyone that's never really seen them. And I put these on this nut, and I was moving it around, and somehow it slipped off, and I just thwacked myself in the eye. Ow. And it was on the bone in between the corner of your eye and your nose, and it was right there, and the bruise spread instantly spread right underneath my eye.
That bleeds quick, though.
Yeah,
it really does.
It was very sore, very painful. There was a spot where the corner of the mole grip had dug in, and that was where it was bleeding from. And all I could think of was, shit, I was lucky. I was so lucky.
Could have been even more lucky and it just missed your head. Yeah.
Any other day, it wouldn't have even touched me, and I would have done it again and again and again. And that day, maybe an inch to the left or the right, and it would have whooped out my eye. And got well lucky with that.
I always get that because I've got a scar in the corner of my right eye. Looks like I've been wearing glasses too far back. It's that sort of shape and sort of indentation.
Yeah.
But basically, it's a bit of flint. Me and my brother were down the beach at Lulworth. I threw a rock at the sea, fell short. It hit another rock, exploded. And as I turned to my brother to say, cover your face, you might get hit, a bit of flint wedged itself in my face. Right in the corner, as you say, it's just on the corner between your eyeball and your nose, just that bit there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stuck in there. So I pulled it out, and of course, blood everywhere. And it's just a little white scar there now. But everybody says, "Oh, you were lucky." No, I was very unlucky. It hit me in the face.
Well, exactly,
it could have missed my head.
You can look at it both ways, really, can't you? You're very unlucky or very, very lucky.
Yeah. Unlucky, hit me in the face.
Yeah. Jack Woodgate in the chat room says his brother went to the loo and caught himself in his zip. He called an ambulance and had to get stitches. The doctor told him not to have an erection for 3 months. Wow, that is certainly an injury. 3 months.
How did you get the beans above the pork?
Yeah, that's all I vision. Yeah, but 3 months, man. I no. I'd have to be put out.
3 hours.
Yeah, well, exactly. For no reason, I guarantee you, while they're putting stitches in, I would.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. McManus, no, this is not arousing. I know it's not arousing. It's not me. Honest.
I'm not normally gay, but hey.
Exactly, yeah. But today, seems like I am. So, fill your boots. Yeah,
it's a very erotic needle.
3 months? No way, man. No, never happening. You just
Good
have to put
Lord.
elastic stitches in. They'll just have to do. Okay. I saw an injury happen on a football pitch. I went to see a football match with my dad and my brother, and this was, where was it? It was down in southeast London. Very, very low league team. I can't even remember the actual team, but we had free tickets to go there. And went along and had a really good day. In the second half, one of their midfielders went in for a tackle. And it's not a very big stadium. There's standing and there's a couple of areas of seating, and that's it. It's mostly standing. So you can imagine how small this stadium would be. Yeah. So this guy went in for a tackle, and the crack of his leg as it snapped reverberated around that stadium, and then the squeal, like a pig, was even louder than that, and everyone in that stadium instantly knew what had just happened. And there was like a weird, deathly hush over this stadium. It was bizarre.
Oh, I'll bet, yeah.
It was really bizarre, but something I wouldn't want to ever see ever again. Never want to see sports people get injured anyway. But to actually see that live is grim.
Yeah, for a friend of mine, this is American football one, this was when I was at uni. I can't remember if he dislocated his ankle and broke his knee, or broke his knee and dislocated his ankle. But basically his knee and his ankle were at 90 degrees to each other, so his foot was on back to front. So that wasn't good.
Oh, that reminds me, that YouTube video. Have you seen that one?
Which one?
Okay, there's one with a guy with his foot pointing the complete opposite way. And I think he's at a Foo Fighters concert. It's not Dave Grohl when he fell off the stage. But no. it's a guy who's fallen over and he's clearly broken his leg, but his foot is facing the wrong way. Oof. But he must be off his mash, and he desperately wants to see that band. And so he stands up with the aid of his friends and continues to walk to the gig with his foot facing the wrong way. And you're like, oh man, you know that's just crunching all the way down there. Yeah. And then he'll be pogo in later. You can't just walk that off.
No. Earlier this year, I dislocated my ankle.
Yeah.
I'm playing rugby. And it just went completely. It just came out, and everybody heard this, that kind of noise like two snooker balls hitting each other.
Yeah.
And it just come out, and I sort of went, fuck yeah, that's smart. So a bit of my mate just went white and said, oh my God, that looks awful. Because it just gone completely, it was sticking out the wrong end. So the ref comes over and says, you're right. And I said, yeah, I think so. My foot feels a bit weird. And he just looks at me, oh, fucking hell, mate. So I rolled onto my back and sort of sat up and lifted my leg up, at which point my foot just flipped around and went click back in. And I was just like, oh, yeah, I felt that go.
Oh, man.
I got up and I walked off, but I said, I said to the ref, am I all right to carry on? He said, no!
Would you have carried on, though?
Sit down, you silly bastard.
Would it be adrenaline that just
had he said,
carried on?
Yes, yeah. When I got home, it really smarted, but at the time it wasn't too bad. I probably would have carried on.
Yeah.
They said, no, just go and sit down, put some ice on it, for God's sake.
So are there any...
Actually, go to hospital.
Yeah. So are there any reoccurring injuries that you keep having that just really piss you off? Let's say your shoulder goes or your elbow goes, or it keeps going, and you know exactly, as soon as it happens, you know exactly what that is.
My jaw breaks quite a lot because I broke my jaw a few years ago, and like a silly bastard, didn't go to hospital with it. So now if I'm eating full stop, it clicks and cracks and crunches all the time.
Right.
And it's forever's popping out of joint. For example, if I sleep on my back, I'll wake up looking like the Scream mask. Because it just dislocates and hangs open, and I've got to manually put my jaw back into joint in the morning.
No way.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. I don't know if you can hear this. Hang on a second. Can you hear that cracking?
Yeah.
That's my jaw.
Really?
Yeah.
So
that sort of...
Oh, man. Is that you moving your jaw up and down?
That side to side, up and down is... and it just goes. And it sounds like that when I'm eating French bread, which is really disconcerting. But yeah, that one I know when that's gone. It's just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And my nose as well. I'm forever breaking my nose.
I would have thought that would have been a given anyway, just because you play rugby.
I break my nose at least. It's usually once, if not twice, a season.
Oh man!
And you're meant to take 4 weeks out, but I never bloody do.
Do they heal? Because I thought that once you broke your nose, that was it. You broke your nose.
No, I went for a period a few years ago when I'd go into work on a Monday morning. People go, "Oh, you broke your nose again," because it had gone over to one side a bit. I'd not straightened it properly. Because I tend to straighten it straight away. As soon as bang, oh fuck, click it back in and push it back over, and it's all fine. But when I did it this year, we were playing where was it? Ely, and I got a forearm to the face as I went into contact, and a guy tackling me swung his forearm, hit me across the face, and smashed my nose. And as we're getting up, there's me, blood all over my face. I just stood at eyeballed him and just clicked back across. Right, let's carry on. He's like, oh my god.
Oh man!
But rare because it doesn't normally bleed.
Yeah.
Done it so often, it doesn't bleed anymore. So.
My old man broke his nose playing football years and years ago, and now he can push his nose over to one side, and it touches his cheek. But then you push it over the other side, it won't move whatsoever. So it must be broken down one side.
Yeah.
But I used to get quite a lot of ankle injuries. My ankles are crap. And whenever I play football, well, it doesn't even have to be football. I can be walking down the road and I'll just roll over. And so my whole body weight would just go over onto that ankle and push down. Whereas my foot is facing out towards the side. And for no reason whatsoever, it just happened. But it's normally when I'm playing football. And there was one time when I was playing five-a-side and some little sod, he didn't even go for the ball, he just went for my ankles. And I saw his foot hit my ankle, my foot turned 90 degrees. I heard the crack in there. I think that was just the ligaments just pulling each other apart. And I knew it instantly before I hit the floor. I had all that sick feeling come over me. I tried to stand up and thump in one, but as soon as I stood on it, I just collapsed again.
Over you went.
Yeah. And I think that was the end of me playing five-a-side because I just couldn't put any more weight on it after that. It was, that was horrible time, especially that crack where I don't know what it is. Your body just instantly knows what that is. That's not a good kind of sound.
Yeah.
So yeah,
oh.
my son also broke his arm, but he was about 7, I suppose, and he was playing for a football team, and it was their presentation night, and they had all the other years high up being having their presentations at the same time, and they were all outside waiting for that to start playing football, and some 14-year-old just smacked a ball at him because he was in goal.
Brilliant.
And him being him just dived for it, tried to save it, and he said he landed after his arm had bent all the way back, and it had broke one of his forearm bones. And he came in like a wounded bird with the arm across the chest, sat down, he went, "I'll be all right, I'm just not going to play football anymore." And around about 3 o'clock that morning, it was, no, we need to take him to hospital.
That's the best bit, the delayed reaction.
Yeah.
I love that.
He could move it up and down, let's say, from like drinking a beer, but he couldn't twist it. He couldn't put any twist onto it whatsoever. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I thought you clicked off then. Sorry.
No, we're still here. He couldn't twist it whatsoever. So I'm glad I've never gone through that. They said that it was a green break because he was so young. It didn't snap. It just broke like a green twig. Yeah. So it's just one of them things, a part of growing up, isn't it?
It's all part of the fun of growing up.
Yeah. Any ones that you remember? Any other ones that you remember doing?
Particularly nasty ones. Let's try and think. I broke my neck.
Oh, Jesus, man.
When I was 15, I got quite a nasty concussion. Got kicked in the back of the head playing rugby. I'm a really good advocate for playing rugby. I think you'll agree. It's just a nice, healthy sport. Now, I got kicked in the back of the head and got a really nasty concussion. I had a couple of weeks out. My first game back, it was down in Gosport. We were playing a tournament down there, and I went in for a tackle and got my head the wrong side. Right. And it didn't actually break the bone in my neck. The vertebrae were all fine, but it tore all the ligaments and tendons and muscles. So the only thing holding my head up was the actual vertebrae itself. Oh. All the soft tissue and all the connective tissue just went. There was nothing there at all. Body obviously went into shock, was unconscious, complete paralysis, and some fairly nasty amnesia, which I still suffer from today. Although that might be subsequent concussions I've managed to get over the years. But that was interesting, especially because it manifested itself a few years ago. I was seeing a girl, not the current Mrs. Hammond, but a girl I was seeing before, and I was forever turning up late, missing dates or getting things wrong and all the rest of it. And she said, "Look, this is a real problem. Exactly what is it?" And I said, "Well, I did get amnesia when I broke my neck when I was a kid." She said, "Well, it could be that then." So I phoned my dad up and said, "Dad, do you know when I was 17 and I broke my neck?" And he said, "Well, for a start off, son, you were 15. Oh. So that's 2 years of my life gone."
Oh, bloody hell, man.
I can't remember taking my GCSEs.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, just completely gone. No memory of that period of time at all.
Flipping hell. Just think about
Which
that.
is interesting.
Yeah, any more than you might not even been here.
Yeah.
That's.
And I was told then by the doctors, don't play rugby ever again.
Yeah.
And now here I am, still playing.
Well, of course you listened to them, didn't you?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Right. In the chat room, we got Andy, who turns around and says he's got 2 plates and 12 bolts holding his arm together.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a massive. Well, is it a massive scar? He's got a big scar on his arm from it. So yeah, that's.
Oh, I've got a nice big scar on the side of my head.
Oh, okay. How'd you get that?
I got hit in the head with a plank of wood. It was dropped on me from a 2nd-story window.
Flipping hell, man.
And the dent, which is, where are we? Dent is a good 2 inches long.
You're feeling for it, aren't you?
Yeah. Dent is about 2 inches long. Well, that's where it actually went in. And then the ridge, there's like a 1.5 to 2 inch ridge, sort of in front of that, is where a nail went in, and just sort of gouged the bone a bit. So I've now got a ridge followed by a dent at the back.
Was this something on purpose?
Yeah, we were collecting firewood, and I was looking I was at the people chucking the firewood out for me to catch, and then I would chuck it onto the next bloke in like a big long crocodile. And I was looking the wrong way, and a plank of wood came out the window and hit me.
Oh man,
that was funny.
Jeez.
But it was quite. But the on-site medic person was St John's ambulance, and they're like, "Oh no, it will bleed a lot. It's a head injury. It'll bleed a lot. Yeah, don't worry about it." And I'm like putting my little finger underneath the skin and touching my skull and going, "No, it's fucked." And then, "No, it'll bleed a lot because his head." "No, look."
Yeah, they do bleed a lot. My boy fell over and grazed his head on pebble dashing at my mum and dad's house.
Oh, that'll graze nicely.
Yeah, that bled out like a pig.
Yeah,
that was real deep, dark blood as well.
That
was scary stuff. When I was first or second year, I think it was second year at school at Hurstmere School, and I was playing. Was I playing American? I was playing American football. No, I was just playing football on the field, and some twat decided to trip me up as I ran past. And as I landed, there must have been a glass bottle on the floor.
Oh.
And for some reason, it went into the top of my foot as I skidded across the floor.
Oh, fuck.
It didn't go through the tongue of my shoe, though. It must have pushed that to the side, but it went through the top of my foot. Oof. And I had a puncture wound there, and I got... my old man was called, and we got taken to hospital. And they took x-rays of it, and they found glass in my foot, and so they pulled out enough glass. They didn't have the right size forceps to grab all the glass, and so there's still a bit of glass in there. But I remember... Yeah, tell me about it. I remember them sitting on the bed and them going, "Can you feel this?" I'm like, "No." "Can you feel this?" I went, "No." "Do you want to look and see what we're doing?" And they were pulling my tendons on my toes.
Nice.
And pulling them backwards and forwards.
Like, dance for me.
That's nice. But yeah, that was like 3 stitches. But I've still got a bit of glass. They said it would just turn into a pearl or something. They said it wouldn't do any damage. It'd just sit there quietly for the next 80 years until I'm dead. And then when I'm cremated, there'll be a tiny little bit of glass in there.
Oh, it's a little diamond. That's fucking council diamond, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Pie Man says... I did in my elbow fastening up clips on the railway line on the railway one night, swelled up and everything. So, did your elbow fasten up?
Sorry, say Did what to his elbow?
Did in my elbow, fastening.
Oh, did it in? I thought it was actually done something really nasty. That's a funny medical term. No, did it in. Ah, cool.
I'm guessing that's like with a sledgehammer.
Oof.
Because you can get a nasty shock from that, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
When you sledgehammer and stuff, get all micro. Isn't that what ninjas do? They can constantly pound stuff, and so they've got micro cracks in their bones, which then heal stronger than what they were.
Yeah.
That's how they get hard hands. That's what I've heard anyway. I don't know whether that's true or not. I don't know. Anything else in the chat? Jack says he's got a scar on his forehead. He fell off climbing frame in 1977 onto concrete floor that was covered in broken glass. Ouch.
Nice.
Or I did see a girl down my local park when I was a kid fall off a climbing frame, bend her arm right back and snap it.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Oh, I remember hearing that crack and remember her running home across the playground with her arm dangling underneath her. As if it had a mind of its own, just wailing around. Oh, no. So, have you been in hospital for anything? Has anything kept you in overnight, apart from a broken neck and stuff?
Apart from the neck break, I've had a few hospital. Unless it's something major, I don't tend to go to hospital anymore. Because I suppose I should do really, but every time I get concussed, I sort of just don't play rugby for the next week.
Yeah.
Whereas that's probably going to come around and bite me in the arse when I'm older.
Yeah, that will.
But because I've probably had I've been concussed once this year. Didn't get a concussion the year before. And we're off.
Let me turn that down. We all know what that means.
Oh, that's your 45 minutes. I didn't get to say how I burst my leg. Never mind.
Oh, man. I would have thought that would have been first on your list about bursting leg.
I completely forgot about it.
No, well, we can't listen to it now. That's it. It's over. Well. That's the 45 minutes. Them's the rules. I said at the beginning, that's what you get. So
Indeed.
Yeah. So, well, that's wounds and injuries. I hope everyone enjoyed that. So our next episode, what we're going to be recording very, very soon, is going to be about bikes. Now, I had lots of bikes when I was younger. I'm taking that you had lots of bikes as well when you was a youngster.
Oh, yes. I still have lots of bikes now.
Ah, good man. Good man. Okay, so everyone in the chat room, thank you very much for joining us for this episode. What we're going to do, we're going to turn everything off, go and have a comfort break, I do believe they're called, and grab some drinks, and then come back and do the bikes episode. Everyone listening on the podcast, next week, bikes. So thank you very much for joining me, Pete. It's been excellent.
No worries.
Have you got anything that you'd like to plug at all?
Oh, I'm just going to go for the usual, the magnificent work of the great Danny Davies and LSG Media's podcast Output.
Excellent. Top man. I highly endorse everything there. You can normally catch me on the Black Dog Podcast, which is blackdogpodcast.com. You can catch me here, shonkylab.com. Grand Prix, although that has now finished for the season. That won't be back until March. And Band of Brothers is all wrapped up, but you can go over to Road 2 Media and you can find all 11 episodes on there. Yes, there are 11 episodes because we did Saving Private Ryan at the very beginning as well. So please pop over there and give a bit of love to all of them podcasts. So until next time, thank you very much for everyone joining us in the chat room. Thank you, Pete. And we'll catch you next time. So please leave quietly. This is a residential area. Wounds and injuries. I'm taking it that you've had a few wounds or injuries or both.
Yeah, 45 minutes might not be long enough.
Well, that's what we got at the moment.
Yeah. No, was inspired by Barnard trying to take his eye out with an iron filing a little while back, and I thought, well, that could be quite a good one for Shonky. So I thought I'd pony it up. And I thought, well, if people want to Skype in and all the rest of it, that'd be good. But I've had quite a few injuries.
Wow.
And wounds and breakages and what have you.
Are they all sports related, or is it drunk related? Or have you ever headbutted a train or anything like that?
I've not headbutted a train. I put my head through a brick wall whilst drunk. That was catastrophic. That was.
Yeah.
That was an overnight stay in hospital. That one, but it was mainly because I was unresponsive because I'd drunk so bloody much.
Oh bloody hell, man!
Yeah, I fell down the stairs backwards and put my head through a wall.
And if anyone's interested on how much you drink, they can always go back to the alcohol episode.
That was the 7 bottles of red.
Ah, okay.
That one. that was the Christmas party where I hated where I was working. They hated me. I hated them. I got abandoned and was just left with a free bar.
We've all been there, man. We've all been there.
Yeah.
And no doubt I'll probably be there
where's
again.
Pete? Oh, God.
So, where do you want to start with this? Because people tend to record their injuries now on YouTube, don't they? And stick tons of stuff on there.
I've never recorded or videoed or been caught on video injuring myself.
Yeah.
Quite often I'll stick an aftermath photo up on Facebook, but some of the nasty ones were sort of is that really old? Pre-digital photographs, certainly pre-Facebook. So So some of the really nasty ones haven't been put out there, as it were, but yeah, majority of them are sports related. But that's my own bloody fault. 'Cause I've been playing rugby for 30 years now.
Oh, don't say it out loud. That means it actually happened.
Yeah, as I was saying, I started playing.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Shonky Lab. Didn't think that a new episode would come out this early, did you? Yeah, here we go. Anyway, so this is a topic-based program. Is it a program? Show? Let's go with show. Where we stick 45 minutes on the clock and me and a guest producer talk about the subject of the day. And today we're going to be talking about wounds and injuries, and joining me as a guest producer, I have Mr. Pete Hammond. How are you?
Hello.
You alright, mate? How you doing?
Uncharacteristically uninjured at the moment, so that's good.
Good, man. Yeah, I saw stuff on your Facebook, which I'll get into in a minute before I start the clock. But yeah, I just want to let people know how this works. I've changed the format a little bit. I'm still mucking around with it. It might go up to an hour, but at the moment we're staying with 45 minutes because I believe 45 minutes is just short enough to keep you wanting a little bit more, but long enough to get enough out of a conversation, I feel. So we're going with 45 minutes at the moment. If we need an hour later on, we might increase it, but at the moment you're stuck with 45 minutes. Them's the rules. That's how it works. So you can, if you wish, Skype in on us. We do have Skype. You can Skype in and I'll try and add you to it. It'll be a bit of a kerfuddle because normally it is. But once we get you on, then yeah, you can put your opinions across and stuff like that. You're more than welcome to do that. That is Ultimate Manus, which is all one word on Skype. So you can do that there. And I think that's it for the show, isn't it? I'm sure it is. I don't know why. I'm asking you, but yeah, That's the way things work at the moment, I suppose. Anyway, so shall I start the clock and then we can have 45 minutes discussion on wounds and injuries? So I'm going to press the button now. Right, okay, there we go. Clock is ticking. So
Playing rugby when I was 11, and I'm fucking 41 now. So
yeah, I'm trying to not say that and trying not to hark back to olden days because it's just depressing now.
it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, for instance, I went out for lunch with Amanda yesterday. It was yesterday. And I ordered a club sandwich from this place. And I went through the menu and I thought I was ordering a chicken club sandwich. Now, I'm 39. I should know how a menu works. And yet I went there. I looked at it. I went, oh, club sandwich. Well, that just means you get other little bits with it. Okay, that's fine. Can I have the chicken one of them? So I ordered it. And as I walked away from the bar, I turned around because I thought, I don't want mayonnaise with it. And I don't want to be caught out with something because that would just ruin my experience. And so I turned back to them and said, does this come with anything at all? Meaning anything in the sandwich. And she went, oh, yeah, it comes with crisps and salad. And I went, okay, that's fine. I just went and sat back down. And they spent 15 minutes making this sandwich.